Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It is now 5:30, and I will call this regular meeting of the Burnsville City Council to order. It is our tradition to stand for a moment of silence, followed by the Pledge of Allegiance, and we invite you to join us. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Our city manager and some of our staff members are at a conference continuing to improve their learning and their skill sets. And so our police chief is our acting city manager this evening. And so welcome to the dais. And it's wonderful to have her here with us. And she's a very busy lady with trying to keep our community safe. So we thank you. Tonight's meeting is being conducted in person and online. Members of the public may attend in person or watch this meeting online on burnsville.gov/meetings or Comcast channel 16 or 859. The public can also participate through Zoom by joining us at zoom.us/join. And all of the information about tonight's meeting is available in our meetings webpage and in the council agenda packet. So for the families and our students, you can always go back because this meeting will also be on YouTube. So if you want to also rewatch it, you can do that as well because it's a very special time. So we now move on to announcements. Our announcements have to do with all of our upcoming meetings. We have a regular council meeting scheduled for Tuesday, June 20th at 5:30 p.m. And we also have a council meeting that is scheduled for Monday, July 3rd, because July 4th is a holiday, so we're holding it on a Monday at 5:30 p.m. Now, last year, members of the council, it was canceled. So I think we need to take a look and see what's on the agenda and make a decision at our work session.
Absolutely.
Okay. And I imagine that our city manager is watching us, and we can inform him.
He'll be excited about that.
Yes, he will.
Yeah. And then we have a work session that's scheduled for Tuesday, June 13th at 5:30 p.m. And we have a special work session for our department strategic plan number 2, and that's Tuesday, June 13th at 6:30 p.m. We have a governance meeting on our participatory budgeting expert testimony. That's Tuesday, June 20th at 6 p.m. Unless it's noted, all meetings of the City Council is held here in the chambers. So the first thing that we'll do is something that we enjoy doing every year, and that is to read the essays from our students who have participated in I Love My Burnsville Community Essay Contest. And I'm going to do it from over there. And so I'd like to invite my partner, Mr. Marty Kelly from True Stone, to come up. And members of the council and ladies and gentlemen, this is the 16th annual third grade essay contest. And it's been a delight for us each time. So we met on Tuesday, the 30th of May, to read the essays and make the decisions. So I want to thank True Stone and my partner Marty from True Stone Financials for their ongoing and generous support of this program. And a big thank you to all of our third graders and their teachers that took the time to complete the assignment. For this contest, students were asked to complete the sentence, "I love my Burnsville community because." And with the support of True Stone Financials, we have 3 winners and 4 students receiving honorable mentions. The 3 winners will read their essays, and the honorable mentions will come up and just receive. But I'm going to have Marty talk about what they're going to get. And then,
fantastic.
Yes.
Wonderful, wonderful. Well, first of all, thank you, Mayor Couts, for inviting True Stone to participate in this event. 16 years?
Yeah.
It's hard to believe. Fun fact, I was in 3rd grade when we started judging. You can see how much time has progressed.
And I've known all of his kids from
You have. I have 5, so that's a great memory the mayor has. It's such a pleasure to judge, and every year it gets a little bit harder. The talent out there is outstanding. Some fantastic young people. What we're going to do is I'm going to announce the honorable mentions, and I would ask you and your teacher, when I call your name, to come up, and I'm going to give you a cool certificate with your name on it, commemorating the event. And then I'm also going to give you the honorable mentions, a $50 gift card, and I'm going to give your teacher a $50 gift card. Now, I work for a credit union, so I'm going to tell you, I should tell you, you should save that $50. But go have fun with it. You earned it, you go use it however you want to use it, okay? We get started?
Let's get started. And we're taking photos of everyone, and then we're going to take a group photo, so we'll have our council members and our police chief be a part of those photos for tonight.
Fantastic.
Yeah, so how can I help you?
Well,
Mr. Kelly.
I'll give this to you, and I'll have you give it to the student, if that's all right. I'll hold on to the money. It's kind of part of what I do.
Yeah, the money is always Mr. Kelly's.
Our first honorable mention from Gideon Pond is Lakia Menya, and Miss Tretow is Lakia's teacher.
And this is
Now,
honorable mention.
see the camera? You got to get used to this now.
Yeah. This is the honorable mention.
Why don't you come on in front? Right here, right in the middle.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Our second honorable mention is also from Gideon Pond, and Miss Tretow, don't go very far.
She's going to make out.
Good thing the police chief is here. You might need an escort too. Gus Burchill from Gideon Pond. Gus, come on up and collect your $50. Excellent. Good job, Gus. Our third from William Byrne Elementary, we're going to give Miss Tretow a break here, is Paige Darcy. And this is Paige's teacher. There we go, Paige. I've got too many things in my hands here. There we go. Thank you. Excellent. Our fourth honorable mention is also from William Byrne. So, Mrs. Stompock, don't go far. Siba? Siba. Come on up, Siba. What a great essay.
Yeah, we really enjoyed that.
Right in the middle. Nope. Right in front of me.
Step over here a little bit.
Yeah, there you go.
There you go.
Okay.
Thank you, Siba. Now we move on to our 3 big winners, And we're going to do something a little different here. We're going to still pose for the picture, but we're going to ask them to each read their essay for us. So you can see just how hard it is for Mayor Couts and I to pick out these big winners. The first is from Gideon Pond. Miss Barkling is the teacher, Ellie Abbott. Ellie, come on up. Ellie, this is a $100 gift card.
Yeah.
Hold it with both hands.
Arlene's on maternity leave, so I'm gonna stand up here with
All
her.
right, I trust you.
All right,
Now,
thank you.
you want to turn around and we're going to give you this and take a picture. Okay, and then we'll give this to Ms. Tretow, and she can hold your money, but you have to give her back her money because it's, yeah. Okay.
I love my Burnsville community because there are beautiful, amazing homes and there are helpful and kids staff at hospitals and schools. In Burnsville, there are so many homes that people can live in and are amazing. In Burnsville, there is one big place that has so many doctors and hospitals where they take care of the patients that need them. That is loving, caring, and kind. In Burnsville, there are schools and teachers who love to teach kids and help them kids learn cool things. If teachers did not help kids, then students would not leave school with a smile on their face. The staff in schools and hospitals and the homes make Burnsville the best city to live in.
Good job, Ellie. Thank you. Ms. Tretow, sit close. From Gideon Pond Elementary, our second winner is Olivia Davey. Olivia. I'm not moving fast.
And then Olivia, we have
There's your gift card, $100.
$100.
Ms. Tretow gets $100 too.
Can I hold your stuff for you? You get to keep what you're doing.
Okay, and give me, and use your outside voice.
I love my Burnsville community because the fountains at parks are majestic. The fountains are beautiful and they aren't dangerous. They also help wishes come true and you only need a penny. They are usually very clean. I love the way that they make a splash. The doctors and hospitals help me. The doctors are very kind when I feel sick. The hospitals always are neat. The doctors help me with every accident I have. I appreciate the doctors who help me. Burnsville is peaceful. I love listening to birds chirping. People donate to help people with special needs. When I go outside, I see people picking up trash. When I go and ride my bike or just go walking, people always say hi or have a great day or even give me a smile. Now that I've shared about doctors, hospitals, fountains, I think I should be able to say Burnsville is great.
Can we get a picture of Olivia?
Oh, okay.
How about full?
Yes, absolutely.
There you go. All right. You're right in the middle here. There you go. Fantastic.
Okay.
I should mention, the money we're giving to the teachers is to be reinvested in their classrooms. It doesn't mean we're not enriching the teachers personally, it's to help the classrooms. Yes, absolutely.
And Mrs. Tretow is,
She's going to have a heck of a class next year.
and
Lucky
she has
second
been
graders.
so wonderful with all of the students that she encourages to write and to participate in the contest.
A lot of talent in Ms.
Yeah.
Tretow's class. Our final winner, also getting $100, and also one of Ms. Tretow's students from Gideon Pond, is Sydney Brinkman.
Okay, here's yours.
Oh, a lot of paperwork.
Yeah. Miss Trejak can hold your, use your outside voice.
I love Burnsville because everybody is loving. Everybody says hello to each other. All the kids have friends that play with them. Everybody is kind to each other, especially at work, in school, and even at home. Everybody is kind at least once in their life. All the schools are amazing because there are nice teachers that will tell each other if they need anything. You learn a lot more than you did in preschool. You will get to see all your classmates and friends. School is the best. Parents are really nice to have around. Parents love to take care of kids no matter what. Parents are also weird because they tell dad jokes. All the time, parents are the most important thing you can have in life.
All right. Now, if all of the students and teachers can all come,
Line her up.
Okay, I think so.
It's certainly a care-friendly crowd.
Everyone ready? 1, 2, 3. Take one more. Thank you.
Yeah, those are my people.
Mr. Kelly, thank you so much, and thank you to True Stone, and I just love our partnership, and you,
Agree.
yeah.
Look
so
forward to
thank
next
you.
year.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Kelly. We have two proclamations this evening. The first one is for Pride Month. Whereas the City of Burnsville recognizes that diversity is a fundamental strength and that every individual deserves to be treated with dignity, respect, and equality. And whereas Burnsville is a vibrant city, boldly leading and welcoming to all. And whereas the month of June is internationally recognized as Pride Month, commemorating the history, achievements, and ongoing struggle of LGBTQ+ individuals and communities. And whereas Pride Month serves as an opportunity to honor the contributions of LGBTQ+ individuals to the culture, history, and progress of our city, enriching our community through their unique experience, perspectives, and talents. And whereas the City of Burnsville acknowledged the importance of creating a safe, inclusive, and supportive environment for all of its residents as a vibrant city, boldly leading and welcoming to all. Now therefore, I, Elizabeth Couts, Mayor of the City of Burnsville, on behalf of the City Council, proclaim June 2023 as Pride Month in the City of Burnsville and encourage everyone to join in celebrating the rich diversity of our LGBTQ+ community and to embrace the principles of equality, respect, and inclusion so that Burnsville is welcoming to all. Proclaimed this 6th day of June 2023. And accepting the proclamation, two of our staff members, Ms. Jacobson and Ms. Alejandra. And don't leave, because I think you two are also accepting the other. So. Yeah. And we'll also take one with the City Council after all of this. The next proclamation is for Juneteenth, June 19, 2023. Whereas our country is made up of people from every nation on earth who are declared equal not only in freedom but also in justice, both of which are essential for a healthy human civilization. And whereas Burnsville is a vibrant city, boldly leading and welcoming to all, and whereas President Abraham Lincoln signed the Emancipation Proclamation on January 1st, 1863, declaring the slaves in Confederate territory free, paving the way for the abolition of slavery in the United States of America. And whereas word about the signing of the Emancipation Proclamation did not reach all authorities, troops, and slaves in the southern states until June 19th, 1865, 2.5 years after the Emancipation Proclamation signing. And whereas June 19th has been a day of the celebration of freedom for the nation's Black community for more than 155 years. And whereas in 1996, Minnesota became the 4th state in the nation to recognize Juneteenth as a holiday. And whereas Juneteenth is an important opportunity to honor the principles of the Declaration of Independence and celebrate the achievements and contributions the Black community has made and continues to make in our nation and in Burnsville, a vibrant city, boldly leading and welcoming to all. Now therefore, be it resolved that I, Elizabeth Couts, Mayor of the City of Burnsville, on behalf of the City Council, do hereby proclaim June 19th, 2023 as Juneteenth in the City of Burnsville. In celebration, there will be a community event held on Saturday, June 17th, 2023, from 1 to 3 p.m. in North River Hills Park. We invite the entire community to participate in this celebration of freedom, proclaim this 16th day of June 2023. And ladies, and thank you again for all of the work you two do with engaging our community. Okay, and we'll take a picture here with our council.
All right. 1, 2, 3. One more. Thanks.
Thank you so much. Thank you. The next item on the agenda is citizens' comments. This is the opportunity for anyone that would like to address the council on an item that is not on our printed agenda and not an application form that will be coming before us at a future date. And I understand that we do have someone who would like to address the council. Yes, right there. Yes. And Mr. John Romig, give us
Yes,
your
Madam,
name. Yeah.
Madam Mayor, council members. My name is John Romig, and I live at 1317 Early Way. And wanted to thank you for a chance just to take a couple minutes to talk about something fun, which is bicycling in Burnsville. Just a bit of self-disclosure, I've been on a couple advisory committees in the past. One quite some time ago under your staff, Randy Oppelt, when we...
It was quite some time ago.
Yeah, it's a long time ago. In fact, I remember Councilmember Creighton asking me, so how quickly are you going to want all these trails built here in Burnsville? And I gave some vague answer like, well, within my lifetime. So now I'm in my 60s, and that phrase within my lifetime means something a little different than it did back then. But the reason I mentioned Charlie Creighton is that what's important to remember is at the time, there was no trail on Highway 13. There was no trail on County Road 42. And maybe most importantly, there was no Minnesota River Regional Trail.
Yeah.
So the gains have been substantial, and I really wish to thank the council and your efforts we've come a long way in terms of biking in Burnsville. In fact, it might be helpful to know that once I access the regional trail on the Minnesota River and the refurbished Bloomington Bridge, there's a 70-mile loop that I can do all the way to Hopkins and back and never be on a city street.
Yep.
So I think that's really exciting. The most recent advisory board that I was on was the multimodal systems. It was, a year and a half or so ago. And both those groups, so years ago and then this group, identified one of the most important trail connection is the Burnsville Grand Loop, or the Burnsville Loop, which is essentially Burnsville Parkway and South Cross joining existing trails.
Yeah, with the Lake Marion Trail, part of all of that.
Correct, which
Yeah.
now part of that exists. It's very fun. And the reason I'm here now today is basically just because I'm really aware of how quickly South Cross is really becoming kind of aged, and I don't know if that's the increase. Truck traffic, it's not something I would have expected their resurfacing to last longer than it did. So anyway, if there is at all a way, and everything I've understood to this point says that there is no cost savings to try to pair resurfacing with bike trails, and I'm assuming that that probably hasn't changed, but if it's a convenience thing, but in my mind, it wouldn't make any difference if it's Burnsville Parkway or South Cross, but if there's some way that we could add those trails to that could complete that grand loop. I'm most interested in not the needs of, old bikers like me. We'll be riding on the road. It's not those needs I'm concerned about. I'd like to see families with kids walking dogs, riding bikes. And the reason both advisory groups identified the Burnsville Loop is that really no more part of the trail system combined the needs of recreational bikers with commuters. And in my mind, it's really that recreational part. I want to see kids and families walking up and down South Cross, Burnsville Parkway, and then being able to access the parks that sort of are the end pieces to both those trails. So you got Terrace Oaks, Lake Alamagnet, and then you got Sunset Pond on the other side. So families being able to access that. So that's my purpose here, is just if we could put a note that when it comes time to resurface South Cross, can we add some additional trails at that time? That would be super helpful. You got a lot of development happening on kind of the 35E, 35W side. A lot of new families, a lot of extra dogs, and it would be really fun to see that. But again, thank you for all the progress that we've made. I think Charlie Crichton would have been happy with not too much, too soon, too expensive. But if we can continue that, I think anytime we complete the Grand Loop, that really puts Burnsville on the map for cycling.
Yeah. Thank you, Mr. Romick. We have been very intentional in making sure that we do have bike trails throughout Burnsville. So I'm going to introduce you to our city engineer, Ms. Desruth, because every time we do, it is part of our policy, a resurfacing, or else when we're doing rehabilitating or reconstructing streets, what our staff does is evaluate it for complete streets. So meet Ms. Desruth,
I think we've met.
and she can help you understand how we're doing all of this and how the Grand Loop also is in that plan. It's all there because it has been an intentional way for us to do that, and it is part of our infrastructure. We fund it through our infrastructure trust fund. So it's always about the money.
Oh, sure.
But we have
sure.
done it in a way that allows us to do it in a very thoughtful way, but very intentional way.
Right,
So-
and the additional with the Cliff Road roundabout, it was so impressive with the trail that was added there, and that is, I mean, having experienced navigating dump trucks trying to cross that road, I mean, I can't tell you how much better it is. It's really super impressive, so thank you for all those efforts.
Yeah, our staff does a wonderful job of doing all of that work. So we make the decisions, but to implement all of that, the credit goes to our staff.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Thank you
And-
so much for coming in. But be friends with Ms. Deserud.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you. Okay, the next item on the agenda, Ms. Collins, is there anyone else on Zoom that wants to speak?
No one on Zoom.
Okay, very good, thank you. We will move on to additions to the final agenda, and this is for emergency items only. Chief Schwartz, are there any emergency items to come before the body?
Nothing from staff.
Okay, thank you. Members of the council? Okay, we then will move on. The next item on the agenda is the consent agenda. This is a grouping of items that's considered to be routine and will be enacted by one motion. However, an item on a consent agenda can be removed for a separate discussion and vote. Is there anyone in the audience who wishes an item to be pulled for a separate discussion and vote? Ms. Collins?
No one, Madam Mayor.
Members of the council? May I have a motion to adopt the consent agenda, please?
So moved.
Second.
There's a motion and a second. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say nay, and the motion carries. We now move on to the regular agenda, and we have one item on the regular agenda. And on May 23rd, the city council met and interviewed candidates for our commissions. And we had so many wonderful candidates, and I want to extend, on behalf of the city council and the city of Burnsville, our gratitude to all of the people who help us. And so these commissions are advisory commissions to the city council. And we did interview a lot of great candidates. So this evening, we will make the appointments. Councilmember Workman, you have a slate to present for the Parks and Natural Resource Commission.
Yes, thank you. This has been one of the more exciting years of commission appointments that I can remember. For Parks and Natural Resources, we'll move John Hamilton from an alternate to a regular member, and then appoint Cody Matz, Alpa Goswami, those two as regular, and then Jennifer Dix as an alternate member, and then reappoint Noah Lipnitz and Peter Mendez as our youth members.
Okay,
I would second that.
there's a motion and a second. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? And we have a unanimous vote on that. The next is the Planning Commission and Councilmember Kara Schultz. Will you please make the appointments?
Certainly. So we have Alia Awad, who is a regular member, and John Wallace, who is a regular member, both terms ending 6/20/26. That is my motion.
Second. Third.
There's a motion and a second.
Point of a clarification.
Point of clarification?
Isn't John an alternate?
That's correct. It does look like it's a typo.
All right. Let me amend my motion. Ali Awad is a regular member. John Wallace is an alternate member. Everyone's good with my,
And the maker of, the seconder of the motion
Second.
is
I'll take
okay
it.
with
Yeah, I'm
the
okay with that.
amendment?
Yeah.
All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say nay, and the motion carries. Thank you. For the Code Review Task Force, Councilmember Gustafson Could you please make the appointments?
I will do that. I will just say that's one of the more exciting things that we do in this city is this code task force. It gets really interesting, so I'm glad we had a lot of interest in it. And so I will make the motion, and this is not a term because it is a task force, and we stick to it till we're done, and hopefully it's soon. Anyhow, I motion Vicki Anderson as a regular member, Faisal Farah, I hope I pronounced that right, as a regular member, Patty Stockwell as a regular member, Heidi Gillies as a regular member, and Richard Payne as a regular member.
I will second.
There's a motion and a second. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, say nay. And the motion carries. Thank you. For the Economic Development Commission, Councilmember Dan Keeley, can you please present the slate?
Be happy to. I would like to nominate the slate of Al Anderson, regular member with a term ending 6/26. Michael N. Brahms, regular member, term ending 6/26. Anthony Stroglis, with a regular member, term ending 6/2026. And also John Swaney, regular member with a term ending of 6/2026.
Is there a second?
Second.
There's a second. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, say nay. And the motion carries. Thank you. Members of the council, there are no other items to come before the body this evening, and a motion to adjourn is in order.
I so move.
Second.
There's a motion and a second. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say nay. And the motion carries. Good night, and thank you for being with us.